Hey everybody, welcome to week 2 of the course here, and got our scenery up here a little different this time. I got some animated turtles here, but anyway, just for most of you are new to me in these courses. There's a couple of you that have been in one course, the other one. So I do these videos every week, and I really kind of encourage people to, to watch them because, more than reviewing material, I kind of just do little motivation or inspiration or just things to try and keep you going because this class, like any other class, when I look at when people submit assignments and do their work, some people are great at keeping on time and staying ahead of the game, and others have problems staying up and realize there's difficulties in life. Some people have multiple jobs, families, kids, other commitments, but and so that's why I try to encourage people to to stay focused. I've been at Brian now for like going over 5 years, and I've been doing these videos, and 99% of students end up liking them and thanking me for them because it's for the encouragement because depending on what's going on in your life, you may need a little extra. You may also have naysayers in your life. People tell you, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that, or you can't do it. And so my little theme this week has to do with uh, not comparing yourself with anybody else. If you do, you're just insulting yourself. And if you watch the motivational video I post with this video, it's kind of got that same theme about, you can do anything you can do anything you set your mind to. You're in school, you made the decision, and this is one of the things you'll hear me say a lot is, you have a gift. You've been given a gift of being able to do this, being able to go to school and go after a dream. And so don't blow it. Don't let the naysayers and negatives in your life cause you not to finish, not to do it. Um, you can do anything you want. The thing is, in order to do that, you got to believe in yourself. Don't compare yourself to other people. If you got people who are negatives, comparing you to other people or telling you can't do it, don't listen to them. Ignore them. And I'll give my example myself. My parents got divorced when I was a little guy and everything. But anyway, I grew up in New York City, but ended up having to drop out of high school and join the Army because of some family things going on. So I joined the Army, then I got my GED, and while in the Army, I ended up getting, it took me like 17 years, but I finally got a bachelor's degree in the Army. But while in the Army, I started in the infantry, and then I went into military police after a while. And then I ended up at Fort Bragg, North Carolina, and I seen these people jumping out of airplanes. I said, "Oh, I got to do that," and so I went and did that. And then I seen these guys, these Green Berets, walking around Fort Bragg, North Carolina, and I said, "Oh, I got to do that," and I did it. So I stayed in the Army. Then after the Army, I went into business. Ran pizza stores for a while, got my own business, went out of business, transitioned into more education, going after MBA and PhD, which I'm finishing up now, and transitioning into teaching. And plus, I got other things I do on the side. So, I mean, you can do it. Sometimes it seems like it's really difficult, but I just want to, let you know you can do it. But you need to believe in yourself and don't listen to the negatives in your life. Go with the positives. So, with that, let's jump into the course room here. Last week, the discussions you all doing real good. Watching this video, not so good. Like I say, a couple of you were in the last class too, and for these two classes here, for whatever reason, people are not watching these videos. So again, I encourage you to do that. Sometimes, if we need to, and I'll go over stuff like last week's homework. I'm going to go over that real quick because it seemed like a lot of you missed a couple, and it was the same couple. Number 16, use numbers right, what is expressed in words. 613 10,000ths. So a majority of you seem to get this one incorrect. You had the number right, but the decimal point wrong. So you got this. So when this keyword here, 10,000ths, it has 4 digits after the decimal point. That's the short answer, okay? And then I got this little graph here, it says 10,000ths, right? That shows you that's 1, 2, 3, 4 over 4 digits. So that's the easy way to remember it. And the other reason we do these word problems is so that I like word problems because it teaches you to express something. There was a time when back in my Domino's years, we'd have people would have problems with the computers, and they'd call me and say, hey, the computer ain't working or something's wrong. And I had to be able to verbally, in words, express, uh, instruct somebody how to do something in that computer. And whether it be a math like in setting a code or something in there or whatever. So that's why um, knowing how to do stuff verbally in words is very important, because you're going to find out in life, almost no matter what job, career path you take, you're going to be using math, whether you even realize it or not. So, okay, and then the other question a lot of you got wrong was number 20. This is the on the gasoline exercise. So basically, I broke it down here. So part one is the 4.65 times the $1.64. That equals 764, and then the second part of that thing was on Thursday. This part, the 4.859. And so you just add these two together and came up with 1697. So again, a lot of you had different numbers on here for whatever reason. So anyway, so there you go. So that's a review of what I saw was an issue. Upcoming week, you got two chapters. You're skipping chapter 4. You're going straight into chapter 3 and 5. Chapter 3 has to do with word problems, and again, I just talked about that, why I think it's important to understand how to do it. And then chapter 5 has percents. And again, if you have me in some other courses later on, you'll find me talk about percents, because in business, when you start getting into like financial statements and profit and loss statements and running a business, most business owners don't think in dollars, they think in percentages. And so that's why it's important to understand how percents work. And you'll find that out. Yeah, I mean, dollars is something to look at, but when you're figuring out a budget, you're working on 100%, not 110. You only have 100%, so you only have those 100 points to do your budget in. And so, and we don't think in dollars usually when we do that. We think in percentages. So, all right. So that's that discussion. Just keep doing what you're doing. Those of you that are in there, same thing with the homeworks. Keep doing what you're doing there, because, like I said, if there's a problem or anything, I'll let you know. Don't forget you got a project week 5, so you make sure you've been working on that or looking ahead, and we'll do that. So okay, so with that, I'll let you go. If you ever got any questions, you can text me. Use the inbox over here for the email system. And other than that, have a good week. I always do my little test question. So what I'm going to do here is actually underneath here, I'm going to have 3 videos this week. I got this one, the motivational video, and then right under that, I've got this one. You can tell me what's going on. Whoops. You can tell me what's going on in that video. This video is only 10 seconds, okay? So you can just let me know what's going on. And otherwise, I will call it quits here. Have a great week, and get in touch if you need anything. Take care.